Hello students, in this lecture I will discuss various postulates of valence bond theory. In the previous lecture I have discussed the introduction and the basic of valence bond theory. Now in this lecture I will discuss the various postulates. So valence bond theory explains the formation and directional characteristics of a covalent bond on the basis of these postulates. So I will explain these postulates one by one. Let's start with the first postulate. The first postulate states that the valence bond approach starts with individual atoms A and B to explain the formation of a molecule. It means to form a covalent bond, we require two individual atoms, that is A and B. So in this picture, there is a formation of a single covalent bond, double covalent bond and a triple covalent bond. The single covalent bond is formed by the of sharing of one pair of electron. For example, in H2 molecule, in Cl2 molecule, in H2O molecule, CH4 molecule, CCl4 molecule. In these molecules, there is a sharing of one pair of electron take place between the two atoms. Similarly, in double covalent bond, sharing of two electron pair take place, which result in the formation of a double covalent bond. For example, in O2, there is a double bond. It means there is a sharing of two electron pair between two oxygen atoms. So CO2, C2H4, these are the examples of a double covalent bond. Triple covalent bond is formed by the sharing of three pair of electron between the two atoms, that is A and B. So, for example, in N2 molecules, there is a triple bond present between two nitrogen atoms. It means they are sharing three electron pairs. In C2H2, again there is a triple bond, means there is a sharing of three electron pairs between two atoms. Now, second postulate is covalent bond formation between two atoms. They take place by the overlapping of the atomic orbitals of the two combining atoms. Means only those atomic orbital in the valence shell of each atom, in which the valence shell of each atom that have unpaired electrons of opposite spin, they can take part in the overlapping. So during overlap, the opposite electron spin, they will cancel each other, and the two electrons, they are shared by the two atoms, which result in the formation of a covalent bond between two atoms A and B. And the number of covalent bond depends formed by an atom is usually the same as the number of orbitals with unpaired electrons available within the atom. But if the spin of the two electrons, they are same, then due to mutual electron repulsion, energy increases, and this situation will not result in the bond formation. It means if the spin of the electrons are opposite, then they will cancel each other and they result in the formation of a bond. But if the spins, they are in the same direction, if the spin of the electron, they are in the same direction, then the mutual electron repulsion takes place, energy increases, and do not result in the bond formation. The third postulate is if the atomic orbital in the valence shell of combining atoms, they have paired electrons, then they will not take part in overlapping and will not contribute in the bond formation. Such electron pairs are called non-bonding electron pair or lone pair. For example, in NH3 molecule, the valence shell atomic configuration of nitrogen is 2s2 2p3. It means the two paired electrons, they are present in 2s orbital with opposite spins, and there are three unpaired electrons, they are present in 2p orbital, that is 1 in 2px, 1 in 2py, and third one is 2pz. So, to form a NH3 molecule, nitrogen requires three unpaired electrons. So that these three unpaired electrons, they are shared by the three hydrogen atom. The electron present in 1s orbital of three hydrogen atom. So when they share their electron with the 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, the electron present in the 1s orbital of hydrogen atom, then they will form NH3 molecule. But the electron pair which is present in 2s orbital that have opposite spin, they will remain as such because they will not participate in the bond formation. Because to form ammonia molecule, we require only three unpaired electrons. So these pair of electrons which do not take part in bond formation, they are known as non-bonding electron pair or a lone pair. This lone pair is present as such on the nitrogen atom because it will not take part in the bond formation. So in this the nitrogen will undergo sp3 hybridization, means they will form sp3 hybridized atomic orbital. The fourth postulate states that only those atomic orbitals that have symmetry or alignment, same symmetry and alignment, they can take part in the overlapping. The strength of overlapping decides the strength of a bond. Greater the overlap, stronger the resulting bond. SS overlap result in weaker bond as compared to SP or PP overlap. So the relative strength of a covalent bond is in the order. It means SS is weaker than PS and PP is stronger than PS overlapping. So this is atomic orbitals overlap. In one first figure, SS overlapping take place in which two s orbital they are sharing their electron and form SS orbital. In second, there is the overlapping of sp orbital, and in third there is the pp overlapping. So pp overlapping, they are stronger than sp or ss overlapping. The fifth postulate states that when atomic orbitals overlap, the electron density increases in the region between the nuclei of a combining atoms. This increase in the electron density binds the atom together and result in the bond formation. How it result in the bond formation, how electron density binds the two atoms together, see in this pic. This will describe this fifth postulate. Now there is a p orbital, two p orbital. In one p orbital there is one is a red lobe and one is purple. Purple lobe means it contains one unpaired electrons. So both the p orbital they will contain one unpaired electron. When this pp overlapping take place, then both the p orbital they will share their one unpaired electron. So when pp overlapping take place, then there is a in the center there is a two paired electron. Clear? So there is an increase in the electron density which bind the atom together, and when this overlapping take place, pp overlapping, then they result in the formation of a sigma bonding orbital, which result in the formation of a covalent bond. This is the fifth postulate. Now, the sixth postulate states that the covalent bonds they have directional character. That's why covalent bonding is also known as directional bonding. The directional bond depends upon the direction of electron density in the overlapping orbitals. For example, p orbitals they are directed towards the axis x, y, z. According to that, we will differentiate this p orbital px, py, and pz. Therefore, the bonds formed by the overlapping of p orbital will also be directed towards the same three axes. Covalent bonds they are thus directional, and the shape of a molecule depend on the overlapping atomic orbitals. For example, SS overlapping take place, they will form SS axial overlap and SS orbital will form. In SP overlapping, SP axial overlap will take place and they result in the formation of SP orbital. And when PP overlapping take place, they will form PP overlapping will take place and they will form PP orbital. The seventh postulate states that during covalent bond formation, some energy is released. When two atoms A and B they share their electrons, they unpair electrons and form a covalent bond, then some energy is released. And this energy, the energy that is released, if required, then they can be used for unpairing of electron pairs, so that more number of atomic orbitals with unpaired electrons they are available for bonding. Next, eighth postulate states that even after the covalent bond formation, the combined atomic orbitals retain their identity as the electron move only under the influence of its own nucleus in each atom. It means the orbitals which are sharing the electrons, which are combining to form a covalent bond, they retain their identity after the formation of a bond. For example, when SS overlapping take place, then after the SS overlapping they will form a sigma bond. Then this sigma bond will show the characteristic of both S atomic orbital. When sp overlapping take place, then the bond that is formed by the overlapping of s and p orbital, that will show the characteristic of both s orbital as well as p orbital. Similarly, when pp overlapping take place, then after the formation of a covalent bond by the after the overlapping of pp orbital take place, then they will show the characteristic of p orbital. So the even after the covalent bond formation, the combining atomic orbitals, they retain their identity as the electron moves under the influence of its own nucleus. The ninth postulate is that is depending upon the way in which the atomic orbitals overlap, two types of covalent bonds they are there, sigma and pi bond are there. Sigma bond means sigma bond is formed by the axial overlap and pi bond is formed by the that is up and above the plane. So when along the axis bond formation take place, then they will form a sigma bond. If above the axis or below the axis the bond formation take place, then it will result in the formation of a pi bond. So depending upon the way in which atomic orbitals overlap, they form sigma and pi orbitals. And the last postulate, that is the 10th postulate, states that the resonance play an important role in the valence bond theory. The resonance play a very important role. So why the resonance play an important role? Because by acquiring this resonance, resonance provide extra stability to the molecule. So there is a separate topic of resonance. We will discuss in the next lecture what is resonance, how resonance gives extra stability to the molecule, how molecule becomes stable after resonance. So we will discuss in the next lecture. So these are the 10 postulates of valence bond theory. These are very important. In the next lecture we will discuss the resonance and the various conditions and the rules for the writing the resonating structures. And if there is any doubt in this topic, then you can write your questions in the comment section. Then I will try to give the answer of your questions in there. Okay? If you have any problem, then you will write in the comment section. Thank you.